Hey,
Good
Valentina.
evening. Hi, Randy. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. I'm very excited to welcome everyone to the American Advertising Federation's 10th District 2022 Mosaic Awards.
I'm excited to be here
My,
with you and looking forward to tonight.
yes, my name is Valentina Gomez Bravo, for those of you who don't know who I am, and I am very excited to be here tonight hosting along the fabulous Randy Kemp. It is a very
Thank
special
you.
night. I was here last year for the 2021 edition, but I was an award recipient then. So tonight I am overjoyed to have the honor of celebrating this year's winners with all of you. So how about we get started, Randy?
Let's go for it.
The Mosaic Awards recognize individuals, companies, and agencies within the four-state district of Arkansas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, and Texas, whose commitment to diversity and inclusion is evident through their creative work and organization-wide initiatives. I want to thank our first title sponsor of the night, Lopez Negrete Communications, for joining us tonight.
Nominations for the 2021-2022 Mosaic Awards were accepted from American Advertising Federation's club leaders, members, individuals, and companies within the district. A panel of 6 industry professionals from across the U.S. evaluated the nominees within 9 AAF National Mosaic categories. And with that, we'd like to thank our second title sponsor for tonight, GSD&M Advertising. And now I get the privilege of introducing somebody who really needs no introduction, but I'm going to introduce him anyway. Steve Pacheco has come up through the ranks of the AAF just like many of us. He's one of us. He began, in fact, as a student. He was an NSAC contestant while he was in college. He became a local club member. He became the president of AAF Memphis, a leader in the District 7, an Addy judge. He became involved nationally and eventually the AAF National Board Chair. And now he is our president and CEO, Steve Pacheco. Welcome, Steve.
Thank you, Randy. It's awesome to be here. And Valentina and the entire District 10 Mosaic Awards crew for including me and AAF National on this, your second annual Mosaic Awards tonight. We're very, very happy to be a part of this great event that celebrates the very best in diversity and inclusion all across District 10. Just seeing the energy that this dedicated D10 team puts in to advance our mission is critically important to our overall success at the AAF. And we sincerely appreciate your active involvement and your engagement in this work that ultimately benefits the entire advertising, media, and marketing industries all across North America. So let me add my warm welcome to all of you tonight. You're going to be part of something that's really special at a very exciting time for our industry. And we know that you can choose to use your talent, time, and treasures for so many different things. We're just really happy to have you supporting this important work in tonight's festivities. I look forward to celebrating these accomplishments with you and seeing where you will all go next. I also want to welcome some AAF Mosaic Center staff to this call. We've got Ayana Jackson, Leara Lacey, and Erica Blake all on the line from DC, AAF headquarters. And we have the very best DE&I experts on staff at the AAF. We take so much great pride in the work they do each and every day. I also want to take this opportunity to give you a brief update on AAF National and our latest work. The AAF has always been focused on diversity, equity, and inclusion. We have a saying that DE&I is in our DNA and has been since we were founded. It was 25 years ago that the original members of our Mosaic Council created the AAF's Mosaic Principles. These 6 guiding principles offer ad agencies, brands, and advertisers recommendations needed to institute common diversity practices that are essential to addressing the dynamic demands of today's consumers. And creating an inclusive industry and developing the next generation of advertising leaders has always been a top priority of the AAF. Our track record of success in this area speaks for itself. And we continue to champion diversity and inclusion at every opportunity, especially through our actions. The AAF invests a majority of its available resources to implement a plethora of world-class programs that promote and advance multiculturalism within the industry. These include the Mosaic Awards, the Mosaic 10, the Most Promising Multicultural Students Program, and the newest edition HBCUs for Advertising. This past June, we announced that Tiffany R. Warren, the Chief Diversity Officer for Sony Music Group, became the first ever African-American woman to be named chair of the AAF National Board of Directors. And for Tiffany, it was a full circle moment to go from an AAF Most Promising Multicultural Student in 1997 to board chair in 2021. I think that more clearly demonstrates the power of our process and the impact of our programs better than anything else I could share with you. Tiffany is completely committed to this role, and I'm so excited to get to work closely with her on raising even more awareness of our diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. We've got two very big Mosaic Center events coming up soon. Our Most Promising Multicultural Students Awards will be held virtually on February the 9th. We'd like for you all to plan to tune in and meet 50 of our most promising young people from all over the U.S. District 10 definitely needs to check in. You may recognize more than a few because 10 of these 50 standout students happen to be from District 10. I don't know how that worked out, but 10 from 10 will be featured and included in the Most Promising Multicultural Students for 2022. We're also very excited to announce that our National Mosaic Awards will take place in person in New York City in May. The Mosaic Awards from the National AAF honor companies and individuals who embody the Mosaic principles, an action-oriented roadmap to create a more inclusive industry. Mosaic Award recipients display their commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion through their creative work, their fierce advocacy, and company-wide initiatives. You need to make sure your best work is entered for the National Mosaic Awards. Three other quick things that are coming out of the AAF National that I'm particularly proud of right now includes the development of HBCUs for advertising. To remove the financial, academical, and sometimes logistical barriers that exist at often underfunded HBCUs, and to support underrepresented students along their advertising career journey, this initiative is critical to ensuring that these students are not missing out on opportunities that could be essential to their professional development. We're at 16 schools nationally now, including Grambling State and Prairie View A&M University in D10. Our Next Generation Leadership Council offers a unique leadership experience for rising young talent and industry change agents. By supporting the Mosaic Council, the Mosaic principles, and all of our AAF programming, we're harnessing the power and insights of our youngest members to influence all of our important work in DE&I. We're also giving these young people a unique leadership experience and a chance to grow and learn. And lastly, our Mosaic Center Expansion Fund, the most ambitious fundraising campaign ever undertaken by the AAF. Because investments in this important area have not kept pace with the demand of our programs, and in an effort to expand, enhance, and evolve our current solid foundation of DE&I efforts, the AAF is asking for additional support of our core Mosaic Center platforms and programs. We've raised $735,000 to date after kicking the campaign off in June. Our goal is to get to $2 million by the end of 2022 as we celebrate the 25th anniversary of the Mosaic Center. We'd welcome your support of this great effort, and I'm happy to talk to you about that. In closing, I just want to recommit the AAF's full support and resources to District 10's Mosaic Awards, reaffirm the AAF's commitment to these efforts you are all leading. It's critically important work that's making a real difference, and it's something that we can all take pride in. Of course, no great work ever gets done without great leadership, and I'm certainly proud to collaborate with all of the outstanding leaders across D10 who I count as friends and proud partners in this great work. It's my honor now to turn you over to Governor of District 10 and one of those truly great leaders who's doing incredible things for the AAF, Stephanie Price.
It's you, Steve, who's a great leader, mentor, and friend. The work that the AAF National is doing to further diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts is commendable, and I'm very excited to be a part of it. I can't wait to see the things that the most promising multicultural students will do, especially those coming out of District 10. The more we invest in these students and professionals, the better we will all be tomorrow. So it's my incredible honor tonight to be with all of you as the governor of District 10. District 10 has 19 clubs. 5 of those are Add 2, serving our young professionals 32 and under, and 14 of those are for those of us a bit more senior. So I want to invite all of you to plug in and be a part of the things that we're doing. These talented clubs are full of incredible individuals, and tonight's awardees represent the best among us. From Arkansas to Texas, and from Louisiana to Oklahoma, these awardees, their nominators and peers, are putting in the work and trailblazing the efforts to see who needs a seat at the table and giving them one, or better yet, they're building a better table. If you're not part of a local club, I want to encourage you to join, and you can learn more about that at aaf10.org. District 10 is incredibly proud to have their second Mosaic Awards, and I would not be here tonight without the incredible work of the committee members that have put this on, and those judges who helped put this together, and all of our awardees and their nominators. So thank you to each of you for recognizing the importance of furthering diversity, equity, and inclusion in District 10. So on behalf of Crystal Gonzalez, who's the First Lieutenant Governor, Laurel McEwen, Second Lieutenant Governor, and past Governor Suzanne LaForgia, the incredible committees across District 10 and all of the clubs, want to give you my warmest and sincerest welcome to the second annual Mosaic Awards and say, all right, it's now time to go on with the show. So Randy and Valentina, please take it away and let's award some incredible awards.
Thank you, Governor. Before we get into the rest of the awards, we'd like to take a moment to recognize all of our sponsors who are making this possible for us tonight, including our two title sponsors, Lopez Negrete Communications and GSD&M.
Our gold sponsor, Gilbreth Communications.
Our silver sponsors, AAF Amarillo, AAF Houston, and Houston Dynamo FC and Houston Dash.
Our intermission sponsor, Mary Kay.
And our Mosaic Star sponsors, Street Volkswagen, Marcus Graham Project,
the Kashmir Agency, and Omnicom Group.
Award, and it goes to Max Rutherford of GSD&M. The Mosaic Supplier Diversity Award recognizes companies and organizations that have made a concerted effort to develop and implement programs to increase their partnerships with minority vendors. Here are some highlights from the nomination letter. 16 years ago, GSD&M made a commitment to provide opportunities for qualified and certified diverse vendor partners. They've worked to build a stronger, more diverse, and inclusive culture. As a result, this has led to actionable relationships with diverse vendor partners, such as small business enterprises, minority or woman-owned businesses, LGBTQ, and disabled business concerns. The most impactful strategy is the annual agency-wide Vendor Partner Diversity Goal Setting Initiative. They facilitate a small and diverse vendor partner summit to introduce potential vendor partners to their staff. So congratulations tonight to Max Rutherford and GSD&M as this year's Supplier Diversity Mosaic Award winner.
Good evening. Thank you, AAF District 10, for this noteworthy award. I spent the majority of my professional career in the supplier diversity space. So championing and providing a hand up for diverse, minority, and underrepresented suppliers is in my blood and part of my daily work. It is a privilege and honor to accept this award on behalf of my agency, GSD&M. Thank you.
Campaign award goes to Lopez Negrete Communications and Team Unanimous. This category that demonstrates understanding and sensitivity of targeted diverse audiences and their buying practices and behaviors. This can include any of the listed mediums in the campaign: broadcast, online, radio, print, mobile, streaming, outdoor, and apps and ads. In the summer of 2020, there was a rapidly growing COVID-19 outbreak in Houston. It was uncovered that the Hispanic and African American communities were highly impacted. Lopez Negrete Communications created the campaign, Don't Stop, Don't Forget. That urged residents to automatize the day-to-day actions we have learned to keep us safe. This campaign exhibited the cleverness of the creative solution in addressing a very difficult, dangerous, and complex health crisis. In addition, Lopez Negrete Communications designed a broad and decentralized campaign, Yes to Census 2020, to empower an ample cast of trusted community voices to deliver encouragement and participate in the census. To drive home the point that by saying yes, they were playing a role in securing funding that improves their community and lives. It was an invitation to say yes. The campaign led to Houston significantly exceeding the census forecasted self-response rate. Congratulations to Lopez Negrete Communications and Team Unanimous as this year's Diversity and Inclusion Integrated Campaign Mosaic Award winner.
We've always believed that work that matters is work that works, and surely the job that needed to be done so that the city of Houston and Harris County did not suffer a disastrous undercount during the 2020 census was work that really, really mattered. It was clear to us that in order to deeply and meaningfully connect with the many communities that comprise one of the most diverse areas of our country, we needed to have a team that was equally diverse and very, very skilled. So Team Unanimous was born, a powerful, resourceful, passionate consortium of equally minded minority-owned firms. A group of partners that leveraged their respective skill sets, competencies, and insights in order to achieve maximum resonance and cultural fidelity, even when facing political headwinds and a pandemic lockdown. Team Unanimous is the Black Sheep Agency, January Advisors, Possible Missions, Touchpoint Strategies, Solutions Marketing Group, Elite Change, the Asian Community Support Services Center, and UpArt Houston. I'd like to invite a few of the members of Team Unanimous to join me in expressing our gratitude and pride for this work.
Muchísimas gracias and thank you. We are honored to have been a part of the Yes to the Census 2020 campaign. Our goal was to educate and spread awareness to the public and train the community's trusted voices to reinforce the vital message that the census is important, urgent, easy, and safe. This AAF District 10 Mosaic Award would not have been possible without the help of all of our partners. Each and everyone played a crucial role in this campaign's success. From the Possible Missions team, thank you.
From all the data nerds at January Advisors, I want to thank you for recognizing the great work of our Census 2020 team. We were honored and fortunate to work side by side with our talented teammates to make sure every Houstonian was counted in Census 2020. We love our city and we love being part of this team.
Great teams, like great campaigns, are built on the principle that representation matters. Yes to 2020 Census was Team Unanimous's bold vision to harness culturally adapted messaging, dazzling visuals, and highly targeted grassroots canvassing to serve all of Harris County. Thank you for recognizing the passionate professionalism that our team brought to this work.
So on behalf of all our agency partners, the team at Lopez Negrete, and of course, our leadership at the City of Houston and Harris County for their support and courage for accepting a unique solution for a unique challenge and for making some history along the way, we thank you, we thank the judges, we thank the American Advertising Federation 10th District for this wonderful honor.
Our next award is the Student Diversity and Inclusion Integrated Campaign Award, and it goes to Luke Eisel, Lindsay Garner, and Carter Owens of the University of Oklahoma. This student-only category recognizes a series of 2 or more related campaign media mix that demonstrates the students' understanding and sensitivity of targeted diverse audiences and their buying practices and behaviors. This can include any of the listed mediums in the campaign: broadcast, online, radio, print, mobile, streaming, outdoor, and apps ads. Applicants must be enrolled full or part-time in an accredited educational institution in Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, or Oklahoma. And here is an excerpt from the nomination letter. In their integrated advertising campaign, the team of Luke, Lindsay, and Carter sought to inspire consumers to visit the Greenwood Rising History Center in Tulsa, while portraying a sense of mystery and remaining respectful to the victims of the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre. They researched the massacre and the history of how it was taught, or not taught, in Oklahoma schools and elsewhere. It was as if the news was intentionally buried for nearly 100 years. And that was their insight: buried history. They borrowed the look and feel of archival photography and print from 100 years ago as the look of their ad campaign. Their campaign included print, social, outdoor, and a provocative ambient display of lights, anti-aircraft searchlight, demarcating the area previously known as Black Wall Street. So our congratulations to Luke, Lindsay, and Carter from the Gaylord College of the University of Oklahoma. Now, they're not with us here tonight to accept, and we don't have a video of them, but we do have these remarks from them, so let me share. We are honored and humbled to accept the Mosaic Award for Student Diversity and Inclusion Integrated Campaign. The assignment promoting the Greenwood Rising History Center and the 100th anniversary of the Tulsa Race Massacre was difficult and illuminating. It shed a light on a piece of history that has remained in the dark far too long. Thanks again to the AAF District 10 Mosaic Awards judges and partners. We want to take this time to invite all of you to Houston to attend our annual Advention. It's coming up beginning April 20th in Houston, and it's going to be a wonderful event. We're looking forward to being there in person this year, and we'll share more details with you. If you go to aaf10.org/events, you can find out even more about Advention coming up in 2022 in Houston.
The Diversity and Inclusion Interactive Campaign is our next award, and it goes to Audrey Gilbreth from Gilbreth Communications. Diversity and Inclusion Interactive Campaign recognizes campaigns that are executed primarily or exclusively online or through interactive marketing. The winner of this category utilized interactive media targeted towards diverse markets. This includes digital media, mobile, interactive, advertising, social, websites, apps, and video game production advertising. In December 2020, an approved vaccine to prevent COVID-19 would soon be available. The Office of Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner reached out to Gilbreth Communications to enlist their support in developing a PSA campaign, including targeted public outreach efforts to urge all Houstonians to consider taking the vaccine once it became available in Houston, and to develop a public relations plan in support of the mayor's Let's Talk About the Vaccine, Join the Conversation community outreach initiative. Having managed the City of Houston's Preventing campaign against the COVID-19 pandemic through most of 2020, the mayor's office now saw a need for additional targeted public outreach efforts, directly addressing skepticism in the African American and Hispanic communities.
The Workforce Inclusion Award is our next award, and it goes to Keisha Townsend of GSD&M. The Workforce Inclusion recognizes companies that demonstrate a strong effort to recruit, retain, and promote persons from various ethnic and cultural backgrounds, and also develop programs that enhance employee sensitivity, inclusion, and understanding of the various ethnicities and cultures within the corporate environment. Here are excerpts from the nomination letter. From the beginning, community has been a core value at GSD&M. In 2018, they created a proprietary small group workshop focusing on race, ethnicity, gender, sexual identification, disability, bias, and racism. The workshops focus on creating safety around uncomfortable conversations via team-building activities. With the support of leadership, this empowered GSD&M to formalize and strengthen the employee resource and affinity groups: Black, Hispanic, Asian, women, LGBTQ+, parents, disability, under 35, and Jewish. GSD&M leadership hosts a virtual all-agency bi-weekly meeting called Crosstalk that continues to this very day. During Crosstalk, leaders and employees are transparent about client status, project challenges, human resources, and operations at GSD&M. This created an elevated version of workforce inclusion with education and empowerment.
Thank you. On behalf of GSD&M, I'd like to start by thanking AAF District 10 and the Mosaic judges for this incredible honor. At GSD&M, we live our core values every single day and in context of everything we do. They're even etched on our floors in case we ever forget. And since the beginning, community has been a foundational core value for us. Open conversations, DE&I trainings, and support from the leadership team helped encourage and empower our employees to form our very own employee resource and affinity groups, ensuring that our community is inclusive and one that we can all be proud to call our own. We currently have 9 ERGs and affinity groups representing our Black, Hispanic, Asian, female, LGBTQ+, parents, disabled, Jewish, and under 35 employees. I'd like to take this moment to thank all of our ERG and affinity group leaders for their continued dedication. I'd also like to thank all of our ERG and affinity group members for their active participation. Throughout the pandemic, these groups were able to educate, build awareness, celebrate, and drive conversation and engagement throughout the agency. all of which have made GSD&M stronger and brought our GSD&M community closer. So this award is for all of us. Let's celebrate and continue raising the bar. Thank you.
And now we've reached our intermission. So we get to enjoy an 8-minute break, and you can grab your favorite adult beverage to toast our champion at the end of this event. Special thanks to our intermission sponsor, Mary Kay. And by the way, there is a link to their new website that is posted in the chat on Zoom. As you're watching, you can check out their new website. They're developing this new interactive thing that I hear is very cool, so I got to check it out. You check it out too, and we'll be back here in 8 minutes.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed our intermission, checked out the new Mary Kay website and their immersive 3D shopping experience, refreshed your drinks, got some more snacks, and are ready to continue the Mosaic Awards 2022 celebration. If you're watching the show, share the love. Share the love for our winners in the chat and on social media. Remember to tag AAF, tag District 10, tag our winners, tag yourself, tag me, tag Randy, tag everyone. We want to see some photos and we want to spread the love. Now let's get back to the show. And we must start by once again thanking our sponsors.
Well, it's time now to recognize our Mosaic Stars. And our first Mosaic Star winner will be following here shortly. The American Advertising Federation 10th District's newest DE&I award is the Mosaic Stars Award. This new feature recognizes the individual selected by their home 10th District Club for his or her work in their community, promoting the ideals of diversity, equity, and inclusion. These individuals have demonstrated unwavering belief in this cause through mentorship, leadership, support, and DEI initiatives. And this year's winners are...
From Amarillo, David Moraz, Marketing and PR Director at Street Volkswagen of Amarillo. AAF Amarillo is pleased to give David Moraz a Mosaic Star Award. David is the Marketing Director at Street Volkswagen of Amarillo, immediate past president of AAF Amarillo, and the District 10 American Advertising Awards chair. Born in Suchil, Durango, Mexico, and grew up in Azle, Texas, before making a life in Amarillo. David is passionately involved in our community, particularly with the local Hispanic newspaper, AM de Amarillo, Amarillo Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, Los Barrios de Amarillo, Miss and Teen Latina pageant program, as well as volunteering with many nonprofit organizations such as United Way of Amarillo and Canyon, Family Support Services, Panhandle Breast Health, and the Downtown Women's Center. David is a true advocate in supporting the Hispanic community, and he excitedly brought a little of his culture to Street Volkswagen this fall with the Dia de los Bochitos, or Day of the Beatles. This car show was a total success. AAF Amarillo is pleased to nominate David Moraz for the Mosaic Star Award. David is truly a star.
Our next Mosaic Star is from Austin. Kyria Francis from Omnicon Advertising Collective, the Chief Diversity Officer there. Kyria is an advertising leader and champion for diversity, equity, and inclusion. As president of AAF Austin, she prioritized diversity efforts, and as she transitioned to past president, she continued to give to AAF as a speaker and champion for Austin and District 10 diversity efforts. She spent over 20 years at GSD&M in various roles, and then became their first VP of Diversity and Inclusion, where she created a proprietary one-day small group workshop focusing on race, ethnicity, gender, sexual identity, disability, bias, and racism. These efforts were instrumental in GSD&M being recognized in the 2021 Mosaic Awards Workforce Inclusion category. She's also been a strong supporter of the agency's vendor diversity program, which has been recognized in the Mosaic Awards Multicultural Talent and Suppliers in Advertising category. In late 2020, she became a Chief Diversity Officer for the Omnicon Advertising Collective, overseeing DE&I efforts for over a dozen independent agencies. AAF Austin is thrilled to honor Kyria with this award.
And our next star is from Dallas, Kevin Green, Group Creative Director at the Kashmir Agency. Kevin is a creative leader and diversity, equity, and inclusion warrior. He began his career as a copywriter in the Marcus Graham Project's ICR8 Summer Bootcamp, where he learned that representation is the key to breakthrough creative and mentorship is the key to cultivating diverse talent. Since then, he spent his career at the intersection of diversity and creativity, holding a dual role at RAP as VP, Group Creative Director, and U.S. Lead of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. Kevin has authored compelling brand stories for brands like PNC Bank, McDonald's, Toyota, and Match.com, and also won awards at shows like the Dallas Addies, AVA Digital Awards, and Appy Awards. He currently serves as an advisor to the MGP Alumni Board, inaugural member of the Snapchat Creative Council, and co-chair of the AdColor Advisory Board, where he and 30 other DE&I champions support the program AdColor Futures. AAF Dallas is honored to present this Mosaic Star Award to Kevin Green.
Our next award is from Fort Worth, Aaron Harris, Keeping My Promise Incorporated. Aaron's the executive director. Aaron Harris is an instigator of change. He's been an exciting new addition to the AAF Fort Worth board, serving as education chair and offering insights on how we can do more to reach demographics that are often underrepresented in the advertising community. Previously the advertising career consultant at TCU, Harris is now graduation coach with Crowley ISD, helping inspire youth in a district with an 87% minority population, with 54% of students considered at risk of dropping out. Outside of his job, Harris is also the founder and executive director of Keeping My Promise, a nonprofit organization focused on helping young men of color break poverty cycles through professional mentorship and internship opportunities. Congratulations to you, Aaron Harris.
From Houston, we want to congratulate Deanna Witter, PNC Stadium Chief Revenue Officer at the Houston Dynamo FC and the Houston Dash. Deanna has been the Chief Revenue Officer for the Houston Dynamo and Houston Dash, the Houston professional men's and women's soccer teams, since 2019. Deanna is a true trailblazer as a biracial woman in the world of professional sports, which is primarily dominated by men. Previously, Deanna was a vice president with the Cleveland Cavaliers and worked for the NBA in New York City. AAF Houston had the pleasure of featuring Deanna on our November 2020 webinar, Power Moods, Blazing a Trail for Women in Sports, and she was featured in our Ad Speaks Houston podcast, Sports Marketing in a COVID-19 World. Deanna also hosts her own podcast called Women Blazers that features interviews with women in the sports industry who are either breaking barriers or in a journey to blaze trails in the front office. She is involved in the community in a number of ways, including through the Dynamo Charities, whose mission is to grow the game of soccer in Houston. The organization focuses its efforts around three main pillars: youth enrichment, youth soccer, and cancer awareness and research. Congratulations. Our next award is the Mosaic Talent in Advertising, and this goes to Lori James from BSA Health. The Mosaic Talent in Advertising Award recognizes companies that demonstrate a strong effort to use diverse talent in the execution of their campaigns. The winner of this category uses diverse talent to promote and market services, goods, and products. During the height of COVID in Amarillo, two of the large hospitals, BSA Health Systems and Northwest Texas, worked together to create awareness and humanize the importance of wearing a mask and how to protect yourself and others. In this campaign, Amarillo folks saw diverse talent from the frontline healthcare workers, doctors, and nurses of both hospitals, telling the audience their direct, harrowing, and heartbreaking experiences with COVID at the hospitals. The campaign's drastically different approach made it stand out among other COVID messaging and showed through partnership.
To accept the Mosaic Talent and Advertising Award on behalf of healthcare facilities in Amarillo is an honor. It's an honor that the community stepped in and supported us in a time that we needed it the most. The last 2 years, our focus has obviously been shifted to COVID-19. From visitation policies to PPE and staffing shortages, our environment and everything we have known has changed. To come together as competing hospitals to create this video for the greater good of our community, to me it shows the tenacity to thrive and the compassion we have for our patients. Healthcare workers are forever changed by this pandemic. There's a scripture in the Bible in the book of Esther that states, "Perhaps this is the moment for which you have been created." And I really feel like healthcare workers are living out that scripture. To fight through such a terrible thing that has absolutely rocked our world, but to come out on the other side stronger is how I feel we're going to be. Again, thank you for this incredible honor.
Our next award is the Mosaic Talent and Advertising Award for Content Creation, and it goes to Audrey Gilbreth of Gilbreth Communications. This award recognizes companies that demonstrate a strong effort to use diverse talent in their conception, strategy, development, and execution of their campaigns. The winner of this category uses diverse behind-the-scenes talent, as in writers, directors, production teams, musicians, to promote and market services, goods, and products. Here's a quote from the nomination letter. The My Prenatal Promise multilingual PSA campaign featured 4 primary and other supporting cast members from various ethnic backgrounds from the greater Houston community. Gilbreth Communications selected this cast to reflect the target audiences while delivering on the campaign's strategic intent and campaign's concept, which expresses an expectant mother's commitment to protect herself and her unborn child with prenatal care. Like our client, the Houston Health Department, which is very diverse, Gilbreth Communications' internal staff reflects the makeup of the city of Houston and the growing demographic shift occurring across the state of Texas. The Gilbreth Communications staff led, developed, managed, and executed all aspects of the My Prenatal Promise PSA campaign and strategy.
Moving on, now we're presenting the Mosaic Special Judges Award, and this goes to Brad Snyder. Our judges were thrilled to offer 2 Special Judges Awards this year. This first award winner was selected because of the incredible community impact Prism has on Corpus Christi. Snyder and Associates developed a campaign for the Mosaic Project of South Texas, better known as Pride Corpus Christi. The mission was to create an inclusive community by promoting the well-being and equality of the LGBTQIA+ community through love and mutual respect. This represented all the individuals with diverse constituencies within the community: young, old, single, couples, gay, lesbian, transgender, Anglo, African American, and Hispanic, mirroring the population of the Corpus Christi and Coast All-Bend community. As a direct quote from the organization, the Mosaic Project of South Texas Pride Corpus Christi is indebted to Snyder and Associates for its partnership and expertise in creating a campaign targeting not only the LGBTQIA+ community, but the business, consumer, and allied community in Corpus Christi to enhance the dignity, respect, value, equality, and humanity within our population.
Hello, everyone. I'm Brad Snyder with Snyder Associates Advertising Agency here in Corpus Christi. It is an honor to win the Prism Award from the American Advertising Federation 10th District Mosaic Awards. As a gay-owned and supported advertising agency for more than 35 years, it is a responsibility of ours to advocate for the gay, lesbian, and transgender community. One of our agency's strengths has always been to partner like-minded businesses together. We are honored that La Palmera Mall, one of the largest retail establishments in coastal South Texas, reached out to us, opened their doors, and gave us a blank canvas in which we could promote Pride Corpus Christi during Pride Month. This allowed us in a huge public way to showcase what the LGBTQ community looks like here in Corpus Christi, while sending out positive messaging to all those individuals who are still struggling with their identity. This showed them that they have a community and there are businesses that hear them, see them, respect them, and welcome them. To all of tonight's winners of Mosaic Awards, congratulations. We have the ability as advertisers to build big brands. We also have the power and the responsibility to break down barriers. Thank you.
Our next Special Judges Award goes to Dana Hewling to honor the agency On the Rise, BID. From the nomination letter, as a Black woman-owned business, they have a passion for and a commitment to provide Black and other minority-owned businesses with quality and cohesive branding and marketing services generally not accessible to them. Since its inception, BID has always been dedicated to being impactful, both through their work and their actions. The majority of our clients are Black-owned businesses and organizations, including several Black women-owned businesses. Since 2015, they've hosted an annual day of service called Be Impactful Day. The owner and creative director, Dana Hewling, also dedicates a lot of her time to providing mentorship, workshops, and training sessions for nonprofit organizations, including Houston Area Urban League Entrepreneurship Center's Small Business University, Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Houston, Add to Houston, AAF and others.
Hello, Dana Hewling with BID LLC here, and thank you. I am immensely honored and grateful to be receiving this award. Thank you to AAF District 10, and of course, thank you to the judges for feeling that myself and my company were worthy of this special recognition. We believe in doing some really remarkable work, and I love being in advertising and all of that we've accomplished over the years. We had the honor of working with some amazing clients, and without them, of course, I wouldn't be doing much. And I'm just grateful. We get to work with clients from all over in different backgrounds and represent voices that don't get to be shared in the capacity that we've been able to help them with. And our goal is, to go further, go bigger, and keep educating our clients so that they can grow their businesses, grow their organizations, make the impact that they're trying to do, and just keep pushing forward. That's all what being remarkable is about. And being unique is, key in that. And that's what branding, that's what advertising is truly about. And so we're happy to play our part. And again, I'm really, really thankful and honored for this opportunity, for this award.
Our next and final award is the Mosaic Champion Award, which this year goes to Audrey Gilbreth. The Mosaic Champion Award will recognize the professional or organization that has been continuously supportive of diversity and inclusion within the industry. This individual or organization has demonstrated unwavering belief in this cause through mentorship, leadership, and support of D&I program initiatives, and by implementing cutting-edge strategies and approaches for addressing diversity issues, among other acts. Gilbreth Communications is a Hall of Fame award-winning agency that holds more than 30 years of expertise in developing and executing award-winning work, reaching all demographics across general and multicultural markets. Gilbreth also owns the distinction of being the first advertising agency owned by an African American and a woman inducted into the Southwest Advertising Hall of Fame. Gilbreth was awarded Small Business of the Year by the District Office of the U.S. Small Business Administration and named Outstanding Small Business Prime Contractor for the Port of Houston Authority because of its exceptional business practices and community involvement. Gilbreth's CEO, Audrey Gilbreth, became the first African-American president of AAF Houston in the late 1990s. She also served on the Mosaic Council of Multiculturalism, as well as boards of the Houston Image Group, the Greater Houston Partnership, the National Association of Women Business Owners, the American Heart Association, and the Missouri City chapter of the Lynx. In 2013, Gilbreth launched a scholarship awarded to students attending historically Black colleges and universities and who are pursuing degrees in communications. Audrey and team created an endowment at Grambling State University for communication students, which provides a student internship each year to a minority student and started the first AAF HBCU Student Ad Club on TSU's campus. Congratulations to our Mosaic champion, Audrey Gilbreth.
Hello, friends. What a tremendous honor to be selected as one of the 2021 AAF 10th District Mosaic Award winners, especially this year's Mosaic champion. We thank everyone involved in the selection process, and mostly we thank our clients for allowing us to develop such rewarding work. I've always believed that a team equipped with both talent and diversity produces some of the most creative and exceptional results, and I commend our staff at Gilbreth for earning these recognitions. My belief in diversity's impact began long before I founded Gilbreth Communications. I was very young during the civil rights era, but like many young people at that time, I was personally affected by what took place. And one legendary statement from the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. has always resonated with me. I look to a day when people will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Diversity, equity, and inclusion are central to who we are at Gilbreth. From what we've done for many clients over 3 decades, to how we look for and hire good talent, to how we celebrate multicultural progress in society overall. And it's deeply gratifying to know our approach has won the praise of not only our community, but also our respected peers in the industry. So thank you again for this most prestigious award.
Wow, what an amazing event, honoring these outstanding advertising professionals who champion diversity, equity, inclusion. Everyone, I am First Lieutenant Governor of District 10, and I have the honor of sharing some closing remarks with you guys. Let's give a big virtual round of applause. I know if we were in one big room, we would all be roaring with excitement right now and ringing our D10 bells and giving all the love to all of our Mosaic Award winners tonight. All winners have been announced via our AAF District 10 social media channels. Please share, tag, show your support. Let's show some love because we're not in the room, so let's really amp it up on social media. A big thank you to our amazing MCs, Valentina and Randy. You guys are awesome. Thank you to Governor Stephanie Price, who leads the 10th District and continues to keep the AAF mission at the forefront in District 10. And thank you to Steve Pacheco, AAF National President and CEO, for taking time out of his busy schedule to join us tonight. We see and recognize the amazing work that's being done on the AAF national level, and District 10 is proud to elevate this across our 4 states, especially through things like the Mosaic Awards in the 10th District. And last but not least, thank you to our sponsors for supporting this event. It's not just a sponsorship that you're putting dollars towards. This is really empowering us to, really put the emphasis on DE&I through this event, that we can elevate it and celebrate all the amazing work that we do. As marketers, our ads are seen at all corners of the country. So let's take a moment to reflect on the kick-ass work we do in this industry. And let's not forget how powerful our voices are and can be. We really have the opportunity to welcome everyone a seat at the table and a voice to be heard. Looking ahead to our next Mosaic Awards, we invite you to nominate someone you feel should be recognized for their work towards elevating DE&I. So stay tuned in the coming months for more information on how to do so. In closing, it's been a fun night, y'all. On behalf of District 10, thank you for joining us. Thank you again to our sponsors, and congratulations to all our Mosaic Award winners. Thank you.
Valentina, wonderful job tonight. It was a pleasure and an honor to share video with you tonight, and look forward to seeing you in Houston when we get together for Advention in April. Congratulations again to all of the winners. Thank you again to all of our sponsors, to the leadership of District 10, to Steve Pacheco at the national level. And this is important work that is being done. And it's an honor to get to partner with the district and with agencies and individuals across our area who are amplifying this tremendous initiative of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Thank you for joining us tonight on video on Zoom, and we hope to see you again soon. Have a great night.
Have a great night, everybody. Congratulations.